Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. As-salatu was-salamu ala Rasulihil Kareem wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa man istanna bi sunnatihi ila yawmiddin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers. Today, inshallah ta'ala, we are finishing off the Juz 1 of the Quran. In our language, we call it para, like the first para. So, inshallah ta'ala, with the ayah number 141, we have come to the end of the first Juz of the Quran, and half of Surah Al-Baqarah, basically, you can say, almost half of the Surah Al-Baqarah. This is a great blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that He has given us the ability and opportunity to go through the Quran, at least whatever we could do, whatever we could understood. Also, we will make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so accept this as our good deed, and Allah forgive anything mistake that we have done, and anything mistake we have said or something like this. So may Allah accept this from us, inshallah ta'ala. So today, the 4 ayah that I'm going to discuss is the same kind of conversation is still going on, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran a lot of time does repetition of the same thing, because it is the importance. In our daily life also, we talk to our kids, we talk to our family, we talk to our friends, and we say the same thing sometimes just to put the importance of it. And that's why you find so many things in the Quran is repetition. Like the famous Surah Al-Rahman, Allah said, فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. How many times? Probably 35 or 36 times. Allah repeat again and again and again. After each ayah almost, after each 2 ayah or 1 ayah, Allah repeat the same thing. It is not that Allah wants to have a rhythm or something. It is more that Allah wants to make sure that this goes into our head, because He created us. He knows how we can forget things, how we could be lazy about the things, how we could be reckless about the thing. So He tries to put it again and again in our mind so that we can remember it. And so this is where Allah brings some of the ayah repetition in the Quran, and this is basically a wisdom of the Quran, a wisdom of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now this ayah number 138, yesterday we talked about an ayah, we compared that ayah with the Surah Al-Imran, the same kind of ayah, and we said difference between kulu and kul and something like this. And also we mentioned that Allah said that to the Jewish and the Christian, that you talk about yourself, you say that you are guided, but aren't you originated from the Ibrahim, the millata Ibrahim? So that word millata, as I said, it means deen, it means religion in English, and we have the word deen also in the Quran, like lakum dinukum waliya deen, but the millata means something that you have taken so close to your heart that you're completely into it. Just like Ibrahim alayhi salam, he is the father of, basically you can say, the Tawheed. He is the first Rasul and the Prophet, he spread the deen, he spread the Tawheed, he removed all the shirk from the people of his time. So that's why he's saying, Allah is saying the millata Ibrahim, the way of Ibrahim. Now in this sentence here, see, Allah said, Sibbatullah. Sibbatullah means the color of Allah, basically. The word is religion, but Sighat means the color of Allah. Now this is the language structure of the Quran. To make you understand this, like in English, sometimes if you do something good job, we say, great, brother, great. But it's not actually great. It says, that is great, or what you have done is great. But we just say great, and we understand the other things. Same thing in Arabic, also there are language like this. So when we say Subhanallah, what is the meaning of Subhanallah? Subhan of Allah, Allah's purity, but actually that is not the meaning. The meaning is Allah is all perfect. We are praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? So the verb that we are doing, the verb is omitted. It's not there. So sometimes in English language, as I said, like the example of great, we just say one word. Okay. Sometimes we ask people after doing something for someone, happy. We just say that our question is happy. Meaning what? Are you happy with what I have done? But we don't say the whole thing. So here Allah is saying that Sikhat Allah, meaning the color of Allah, religion of Allah. Why Allah say that? Because Allah is saying that when you put color or paint on someone, what does it mean? The paint goes everywhere. Like your heart is fully colored with this paint. Your heart is colored with the religion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's the reference to the Ibrahim alayhi salam. Allah is saying the religion of Allah, and what is better than the color of Allah, the religion of Allah, and we are the worshipper of Him. And Allah is saying that the believer is saying وَنَحْنُ لَهُ عَابِدُونَ. Abidun here is as the abd means the slave of Allah, basically. So Allah is saying this here. In the next sentence, Allah is saying, say, O Muhammad, to the people of the Jewish and the Christian, that are you really arguing with us about Allah? So Allah's bringing the logic again that Allah is your Rabb and our Rabb. Allah is telling Rasulullah that you tell them, they say in their book the Allah word is there, and you will be amazed. If you do research on the Bible and even in the Torah, the word for Allah, it is there from the beginning, even in Arabic, even in Hebrew. Now, when the language of English created, what is the birth time of the language of English? It is probably 900 or something. So it's much after the Quran and everything, the Torah. So they know the word Allah, but and this is the right word. Even in the Bible, if you look at the Arabic Bible now, they use the word Allah because they know that is the name of the Allah and the name of the God. So Allah is saying here that He's our Rabb and your Rabb. And why did Allah say Rabb? Allah could have said like He is your creator and our creator, but the Rabb is a word that is so close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah used this word at the very beginning of the Quran. Ikra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. Because Rabb means everything, the one who takes control of everything, who gives you rizq, who takes care of you, who created you, who will destroy you and everything. Basically, He is the Rabb, He is in charge. So that's why Allah said Rabbu Rabbakum, and then Allah said, for you is your deeds and for us is our deeds. Just like the same word Lakum Dinukum Waliyadin, Allah is saying it here also. With what Allah mentioning that in Rasulullah, that you have done what you have done, you have the witness, you have the book, you have everything. So now you gonna be awarded, rewarded, or be punished according to your deeds. And we will have our deeds. So Rasulullah is saying to them, because after all this evidence, after all this logic, after all this proof, the proof of Ibrahim alayhi salam, the Ismail and Isaac and Yaqub and all these things, you will have your deeds and we will have our deeds. So that's where Allah mentioned it here. Now the last two ayah number 141 and say, so the same thing Allah is saying here actually, that or do you say, and this is a very important thing, and a lot of Muslims who has don't have much knowledge of the history of Islam or of the history of the prophets, the life of, they ask this question. They know our Prophet ﷺ came and Islam was established, and he gave us the 5-time prayer, he gives the Ramadan and Hajj and everything. What was there before? Was there what type of salah they used to do, the other prophets and these things? And are they really Muslim? A lot of people doesn't even understand the word Muslim, what is Muslim means. Because the word Muslim, just when I want to mention it, in Arabic there is verb and noun, as you all know. See, in English we add er at the end. Like if you say teach, and if you add er, is teacher. If you say drive, you add er, is driver. Right? So er we add and we make the person like that. Right? So you understand what I'm trying to say? Teacher, driver, warrior, all these things. Most of the time we add er. In Arabic, this er comes at the beginning as mu. The person who gives adhan, we say muazzin. Person who where we pray the salah, we say musalla. Person who do jihad, we say mujahid. So person who does Islam, we say Muslim. So the word Muslim means who have submitted himself. So it doesn't have to be from this religion. So all the prophets, obviously, as you know, they are Muslim. So Allah is saying the same thing. Do you think Abraham, Ishmael, Isaac, Yaqub, all of them are Jewish or Christians? Cannot be possible, because the word Jew comes from one of the tribes, one of the place, one of the place of the 12 tribes. So and Ibrahim alayhi salam is much before Musa alayhi salam. So if they say, if the Jewish say our father is Ibrahim, so how can you follow Musa alayhi salam and you're calling yourself Jew because of there's a place called Judaism or something, there's a person named Judais, so how can he be Jew? He cannot be a Jew, Ibrahim. Ibrahim is much more before Musa alayhi salam. Same thing with Christians. Christians say whoever believe in Jesus, they are Christians, basically. That's the main thing. So how can other prophet can believe in Jesus? He was not even born that time. Does Ibrahim know there's a messenger coming called Jesus, the Isa alayhi salam? That Nuh alayhi salam knew that the Isa alayhi salam is coming? No. So how can this? And it will be surprised that if you ask this question to any rabbi, any father, that tell me about the other prophets. Your Bible has so many prophets, David, Solomon, this and that and that. All these prophets they have it. What is their status? They don't believe in Jesus. They didn't know that Jesus is coming. What's going to happen to them? Because you said people who believe in Jesus, only they are the survivor. They will be the successful. Their logic is very, very interesting logic. They say, no, these prophets are good, but not very good. At the moment, they are staying in a lift or elevator. So they are not in Jannah, not in Jahannam. They are in the middle somewhere. At the day of judgment, Jesus will go there and press the button in the lift. When he presses the button, lift will go up, they will go to Jannah. So they are waiting for Jesus to go and do it. So this is their theology, one of the group. So this is very strange. So that's why Allah is saying, how do you know that they are Jewish and Christian? And are you more knowing than me? And Allah is saying, do you know more than me? And then He's saying, who is more unjust? Who has the knowledge and he hides the knowledge. It comes in the testimony he is from Allah, and Allah is not unaware of what you do. So Allah knows whatever you bring. And the last ayah for today is the same ayah as we mentioned the day before yesterday, that tilka ummatu qad khalat, means that was a nation and they had their things. So don't worry about them. They will have their things and you will have your things, and you won't be asked for what they did. So Allah is telling to Rasulullah and the Sahaba and the believer, don't worry about those people. The people of Ibrahim, people of Nuh, people of they have got what they have done. Their Sharia was a different Sharia. Rather you concentrate on yourself, you will be asked for yourself, not for them. So don't say, and as I mentioned before also, a lot of people say, brother, in my country, in my area, nobody wear hijab. So they are also Muslim, they are praying, well, why I have to wear hijab? Don't worry about them, you will be asked for yourself. Brother, they don't go to masjid, I only go, why I have to go to masjid? Why I have to go to Fajr? I can do it at home. So same thing like this. But Allah is saying again and again, this ayah is in last 10 ayah, this has come twice, and Allah is saying that you will be asked what you have done. So inshallah ta'ala we'll finish it here today. And brother, you tell me, so you guys want to do a quiz for the whole Jews one, or just the last few weeks? What is better for you?
First, I think last few weeks, and then
yes, sorry.
we gave a good proposal. Distribute the money.
The people are only 5 people here, $10 each.
It's not about the money, we're talking about the quiz.
We will share the knowledge as well. Each one answer one question, we'll share the money.
So you want to have because we had quiz up to week 8. Week 8 we had 4 quizzes so far about the Quran. We have 4 quizzes. So now week 9, 10 and 11, these 3 weeks we haven't had any quiz because I want to finish the So you want to have the last 3 weeks as a quiz, or you want to have the whole from Surah Al-Fatiha till ayah number 141?
Whole Quran.
Whole Quran? Brother, please do Surah Fatiha first, So anyway, okay, so we'll do last 3 weeks maybe. That's better. And then inshallah ta'ala, and maybe next week sometime we'll have the